Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to make hearts with these big ass fingers of mine. All I know is I throw up gang signs. It's puro GME, homie. You know, you don't know? No, maybe just me? Okay, sorry. Is that how I'm supposed to start the show? Am I not supposed to start the... Yeah. Hey, who's this ghetto dude over here? What does he know? Well, let's do it correctly. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. A little bit of motivation, a whole lot of stimulation, a whole lot of... I can't even do it slow if I wanted to. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Thinking about you. Thinking about you. My boy Ricky B. Loco. I was thinking about him today. Because Ricky B. Loco said, yo, Marantz, can you do me a favor, bro? Hold on. Hold on. Like he has glasses, like he's Poindexter, right? He's like, hey, check this out. So like, bro, can you do like one of those shows where you're just like, where you explain things and you teach us about business and sales and marketing and you do. And I'm like, yo, Ricky, bro, don't you know they pay me to do that shit? Like, this is how consulting works. This is how life works. You got to pay me. But I don't understand. How is Marantz not homeless yet? How is Marantz, how is he not bankrupt yet? There's this whole idea of breaking even. I called the show Breakeven for a reason. This is a learning curve for a lot of people when it comes to how to view your investment, how to view life, how to view your own careers. Who knows? I might be able to teach you something. I love to talk to someone today and they said, you know, when did you realize that you had every answer? I don't have every answer. Like, it's critical thinking. I get it. That's what we get paid to do. That's what we've always done. You know, if you're out here trying to solve crimes and mysteries and doing all of this in real time, think about it. We see things happen on the stock market. What did I say today? Just so that we're clear. And if you weren't there, if you don't know what I said today, if you're not in our Discord, it's in the description of every video. It is completely free. And it always will be. There's a link on the damn page. There's 15,000 something of you guys. We got about 1,900 people in the Discord. Okay. Guess what I said today? I said it looks as if the earnings report is already priced in. The earnings between Google, Microsoft, Meta, and there was another big boy. It didn't matter. I said it's already all priced in. We just had all-time highs. Like, where do people think this money comes from? We keep hitting the market. We keep going higher and higher. I'm going to show you the trends. We'll show you the lines. Who cares? Makes me wonder, though, like, do people think, like, money's just invented and printed? Maybe. Must be. Considering, you know, something like NVIDIA has more value than the whole market of India. India has a stock market, and their whole market's not even $5 trillion. And here you are with NVIDIA. Kind of worried. I'm worried for a whole different reason, though. Because I am from the world of, and excuse me for that, sorry. I'm not too professional here. Hey, this show, guys, it's just me hitting record on a phone. I'm not on a phone, but I'm on your phone, so maybe that works. Or maybe I'm on your computer right now, or I'm on your TV screen. I've lived a lot of lives. I've lived a lot of truths. The youths, two youths. So I'm going to give you this. I went through Costco, right? I went through Costco during COVID. And that was one of the greatest experiences I'll ever go through, managing a Costco during a crisis, a global crisis. And there was this supply chain shortage issue. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot about vending. I learned a lot about buying. And I'm going to give you this knowledge so you guys can take it and do whatever you want with it. You know, I'm not here to change the way you think or the way you manage your lives. But I want you to think about oil for a second, because I used to think the same thing. People don't know. So you ever see this? We're never going to raise our prices. Our prices are locked. You as a potential vendor, we are dedicated to that price to you. We will honor the price. There's no price increase. You'll hear this across the board because logistically, things cost more. It's such a lie. People will say, no, you have a fixed rate, fixed cost to run your business. We're not going to increase it. I don't care what the price of oil is. We're not going to increase it. You say, well, okay. Well, what I'd learned from Costco was it didn't matter if we increased or decreased. That wasn't the issue. The issue was, do I have enough supply? See, I can limit how much you can consume. I didn't raise the price, but then again, I don't have it available to buy it. That's how I can manipulate you into thinking this is the value, this is the break even. See, when it comes to oil, guys, you have oil-based products. So what are oil-based products? Anybody give me an example? I can. It could be candy that's coated with shiny things. It could be socks. It could be yoga pants. It could be shampoo. It can actually be oil-based. But there are things derivatives of oil, right? Toothbrushes, plastics, everything has some type of oil base in it. And so as you see oil become this mega problem for service stations, Vaseline's a great example. There's over 300 something products with oil in it, aside from oil. Then you ask yourself, are those vendors, are those distributors, are those manufacturers, are they going to take into consideration the price of it? Are they going to put it on you as a consumer? It's coming. Everyone's lying to themselves right now, but as long as that Strait of Hormuz stays closed, we have a problem, people. We have a crisis. I've been here before. But it's the optics. It's the optics of the economy to tell you we're making X amount of dollars, we've done X amount on this, and there's no increase ever. I mean, no one's taking on this increase because they're all sitting on oil. They're all sitting on products that they already bought. Now they're trying to sell it off, but we got a new batch coming. That's when your increase comes. That's when revenues go up. And now we have this fictitious thing about the economy to say, well, we made more money, Marantz. Yeah, you made more money because you charged more. Did you sell more units? Did the foot traffic increase? Or did we just inflate the dollar even more, but it's still not consistent with the increases in what? Inflation? Okay. I'll come back off of it. I'll stop. I won't get too nerdy on you. You guys ever done like this is how I look at GameStop. I just want to make it very clear this is all about GameStop. If you guys are not familiar, I'm going to help you. Why is GameStop so successful? In the Army, we call it an AAR. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these terms, acronyms. It's called an after-action review. Anybody know what that means? An after-action review is a debrief of what just happened. We say what happened, or we say what will happen, what did happen, and what was supposed to happen, and then, of course, what we're going to do next time, right? So that's how you explain things. So we do a marketing campaign. We do a whole marketing campaign, and we say, okay, here's the expectation from it. We're going to launch Power Packs. All right, well, then what was the actual process of launching, and what happened? Well, we ran out of inventory. We don't have enough inventory, and the demand is too high. What do? Well, we limit the amount of people we bring in. Okay, what happened after the fact? Well, when we went on and we bought premium cards, because what you find out in the world of card collecting is that the bulk of people, they don't want your junk wax. They don't want your the B-level cards. See, all they want are the MVPs. All they want is Ken Griffey Jr., Mark McGuire, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Shohei Ohtani. All they want are the names, the big names. They don't want that Will Clark baseball card you got. They don't give a shit about Mike Piazza rookie card. No, they want the big boys. Now, here's the thing. As you're going through these trials, and you say, this is what I paid for the product, And this is what I got in return. A lot of people equate COGS to, did I break even or did I get ahead? Right? This idea that 35% gross profit, right? Everybody, this is how people do math and they do their marketing. They figure they do all this shit. It makes me sick, guys. It makes me sick for people to come out and give you an earnings report and go, here's what their revenue is and here's what their income is. The net profit is here. Here's what the company's worth. And you say, no, it's not. There's branding involved. Do you know what branding and advertising is? Branding is the constant storytelling of your brand. Constant. You see it, you get to tell a story in the second. The minute they see the red and the black letters and they say, that's GameStop. You know what GameStop is? The awareness of it is, hey, man, they had a stock rally just 5 years ago. Hey, that Roaring Kitty guy. Hey, that Ryan Cohen guy. Hey, that Marantz Rantz guy. Hey, whomever, it doesn't matter. There's a story to be told. But at what value? What did it cost you? What does it cost to have buck money? What does it cost to make profit? You got to have employees. You got to have guys, you better be making 5 to 6 times your money on every marketing deal you do to call it revenue or a profit before you ever say you broke even. But all I ever see is people count the dollars of revenue. They're not counting logistics. They're not counting marketing. They're not counting HR dollars. They're not counting benefits and retirement and stock options and all the rest of whatever it costs to put a product and a dollar to that line. This is why people don't understand value. The fact that GameStop can make and produce and gather up $648 million adjusted for the year, that number is magnified so much bigger than just a $6 million company or a $10 million company. No, we're talking about hundreds of millions after everything. But that gets cycled back in because there's money after the effect. There's cause and effect after. There's forever dollars. If I sold a PlayStation, what's the forever dollar? It's every software, every game I sell, every controller I sell, every headset I sell. Those are all dollars generated from the sale of this core product. This is the cause and effect. It's a call to action. In your world, try to translate this to your business. You do a marketing campaign for $5,000, and guess what? It generated $5,000 in sales. What do you say? I broke even. No, you didn't. You recovered your marketing dollars. That's what you did. You didn't recover the hours per, the dollars per hour, man hour, the inventory itself, and what it really costs to do what we call final delivery. So why am I so excited? Why do I get so enthralled? Because I see it. I see what GameStop does every time they do a marketing campaign. It's like they go and sit down, they brainstorm, they debrief, they go, you know what? What worked, what didn't? Let's talk it out. And it's proof. It just shows you the business is run different. And for me, from a management standpoint, running my own businesses throughout my years, literally running business and understanding how the whole setup is done, there's this notion of premature failure. A lot of people do this. A lot of people back out of things early for the fear of losing. You don't lose, guys. You don't lose on anything you do. You find the winning formula within the mistake you might have made, right? Like if you did a campaign, it didn't work, and you debriefed on it, you talked about it, and you go, what did we do wrong? What could we have done better? What was the better response? I give you case in point, NFT marketplace. The NFT marketplace for GameStop was a learning curve. How to on-ramp and off-ramp. How to do this partnership, how to do a transaction on a page. You see a lot of those elements built within Power Packs. You do. Think about the Stripe wallet. Think about how they, is it Stripe or Plaid? I forget what it is. But everything you see GameStop do today is a graduation from the mistakes they made previously. I love that from my company. I look at it and I go, oh, that's good business. That's a great manager. They understand what's happening. You see, here's the problem. Here's the notion that people have. people have this idea that you need a degree on the wall from some said college to tell you that you know how to do marketing or you know how to do advertising or you have a say-so in that world. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Ryan Cohen doesn't have a degree on the wall, yet he's the most educated when it comes to e-commerce, call to action, and the UI UX example. So why wouldn't I give credence to anyone who's lived that life, who's walked that line? I promise you, when I do an interview and I'm right there and I'm talking for mine, people will be like, yo, how did this guy learn this stuff? Right? What do you do? What do you do? Do you go like this? You know, I want to hear that podcast. I want to hear it. And you go, you know what? Just push play and put it in my ear. I'm going to see how it really turned out. Is that how you do it? Or do you listen to it? Watch it? Are the lips moving with the sound? Is the light? Is the transaction? Is the view? So you're taking everything into consideration. If you really are focusing on what the product is, I'm just giving you an example, but you can use that as a blueprint for everything you do. And that's what I think GameStop does. I really do. I read it so well because the part that I equate to GameStop, just like if we look at it from an investment standpoint, and even America, I want America to learn this right now. It took 15 years of bad work. Terrible company for 15 years. And then Wall Street and whomever, message boards and bullshit, ghost and mirrors, guys who don't put their name on their words, guys who just talk shit. You know who I'm talking about. All these messaging boards. They're like, oh, you couldn't fix it in a day. You couldn't fix it in the moment, in the day. You couldn't change it right now. So you're wrong. You're terrible. You ain't doing shit. It's like your health. If you're living unhealthy for 15 straight years, just, eating whatever you want, not working out, not doing stuff, not being active, not doing things with intention, and then one day you decide this is the day I'm going to cut my diet, do it right, and I'm going to go work out today. Is that going to fix 15 years of bullshit? Or should I condition myself for the next 7 years that I just did, that I'm doing now, like Ryan's doing with GameStop today? I think Ryan's longevity and run should be noted. It should be valued. But there's a lot more tread on these tires. There's a lot more road ahead than what was just left behind us. That's the growth of your investment, and you guys should all know that. That's why I'm here every night. I'm here every night to teach, tell you what it is, and go about it that way. So, I think my chat might be broken. I don't see anybody typing in the chat. I'm not telling you to type in the chat. I'm just curious. Is the chat not working? Or is everybody just listening? I don't know. That's crazy. Let me read something really quick. I'm reading something. I just got a message. Yeah. Okay, cool. The things about, there you go. Forget GameStop. No, the things I like about Ryan Cohen is he does, I call it time, touch, and TMT, right? Yeah. It was time, touch, and money. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. MTM or TMT? Yeah. I do acronyms in my head so I can remember things. And it was the three reasons why I think Ryan is so successful with GameStop and why he will be successful moving forward. He does this, he's a hands-on manager. So hands-on manager that has three attributes that most people don't. And that is he has time, he has motivation, and he has money. Right? So when you have those three things, when you have the time to make the changes and be the change you want to be, it's going to show. The money is the byproduct. What I told you guys before, generational wealth is what I was explaining, was money gives you the ability to do the things you want to do. You don't have to do things. So GameStop has so much money that they don't have to do the things that people put in front of them or that most companies would do. That's where it comes from. And then motivation. I love that he's the most motivated CEO in America, more so than most, because he's working for his own living, not someone else's. That's where I'm at. I had got a message in the chat on one of the videos today. The message said, did you see GameStop's price today? Look at today's price that's why it's a terrible company. And they're equating dollars, right? Like it moved a dollar in one direction or the other. A lot of it has to do with the market itself. But if you got a good fix on the price today, congratulations. It's all a dip to me. It's all a dip because it's, you know how like I buy a share a day, and is that realistic? No, I don't buy a share a day. I try to. It's hard for me to do it even now with, like I said, the financial that we have against us. But I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, right? But because I pace myself throughout the years, even when you hit a tough patch, or maybe you're looking for God's calling, and maybe you're just waiting for it all to line up. You say, okay, this is one of those moments I'm going to be okay because, you know, I'm just true to myself. But, you know, I don't buy it anymore, but I don't buy it any less either. You know, I'm locked in on that. I really am. I think about it for you guys just on all fronts. A lot of people are told other investments are better. You know, I saw is it Barking Puppy, whatever the hell his name is, Kevin Gill, who means nothing to me, who I've never been a fan. You guys know that. I told the Haas company right here, Hosco, who's been avid sponsors of this show throughout the years, whether it be through merch or even dollars. I respect what Matthew Golby's doing with the company, but I will never support someone that I think is not there for the right intentions. And I can read it when I see you. I see you interact with the crowd. If you're just all hype and you're a fame boy and you're just going and you're bouncing up and down, that's never going to be for me. So I just wanted you to guys know that. What did I have for you? I had wrote something down here. I guess, that's for later. Okay, let me see. That's for later. That's for later. Jamie channel the Discord. Okay, that's for me. Thank you. I wrote down like 4 notes for today. Feelings have expiration. Yeah. And yeah, I had heard. Okay, so check this out. I'm just gonna tell you before we go into like the charts and before we go on to whatever the hot topic is for the day, and you know how we do all this here. I want to tell you, I saw something yesterday, and some of you guys can watch this, and some of you guys can't, or some of you guys won't understand it. If you don't understand street talk. I played a clip for my wife, and my wife didn't understand it. She goes, well, what does that mean? And she goes, he's talking in code. And I was like, yeah, but you got to know what it means. I saw the Michael Beasley and Shannon Sharp interview. I don't know if you guys ever watched this, if you guys know his story. Michael Beasley was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school, meaning he's the highest rated basketball player in the land. When he came out with O.J. Mayo. They were the 2 best players at the time. Came out of high school, guns blazing, right? Went to college. He was an animal. I want to say he went to Kansas State, if I remember. But he was in high school with Kevin Durant, the whole crew. Michael Beasley's been widely known to be the number 1 basketball player for one-on-one basketball in the country and the world. When it was time to play ball and get recognized, they never let him play more than 30 minutes. They were always frowned upon him. They always, made some excuse why not to play him, why not to put him on. And it was for a lot of personal reasons, a lot of mental reasons, all this stuff that it's widely been known and recorded. But he now is in the spotlight because it's deemed that he's healthy enough to explain himself, where he's done enough soul searching. And it's so sad because he's the best basketball player in the world for so many years. He's really that gifted. He really is, but they just didn't give him his love. Here's my point. I hear things that he says, and it blows my mind. He's so sincere and off the cuff. It's the greatest interviews I've ever heard. Like, I get teary-eyed when I hear him. If you've ever heard him, you got to know what I'm saying. The thing I have for you is this. He said something, and it like rang true to my heart. Because somebody said, "Are you the best basketball player in the world?" He said, "It's not a question of if, so I can't help it." It's like I received a package from God. I don't know how it got to me. I don't know how it got sent to me. I just signed for the package. that meant so much to me because it reminds me of what we do here. I have no idea how I know so much about investing or running a business and looking at it from the viewpoint I view it from. I don't know how it got to me. I don't know. I woke up one day and I just started talking this way, right? Whatever. Or I start doing it this way, even in business and life and the way I carry myself. But it's like God sent this package to me and I just signed for it. And I want you to know that I really believe these things. I don't know it any other way. I just don't. If I thought something else was better than GameStop and I could explain it to you, I would try, but nothing has the calling that this investment, this brand, this movement, nothing has this calling for me as a man. So I wanted to share that with you guys. You don't have to believe in me. Believe in yourself. I'm just a guy who pushes record. I'm just a guy who shows up. But believe in yourself. Know what you read. Know what you see. Let me read what that chat says because it looks like a paragraph. Somebody wrote a novel in here. It says, I'm starting to think from Superstock that the news on warrants is being somewhat subdued. People should be super hyped about what it potentially means, violent upward price action as we get closer. October is going to be nuts. Sean, I don't care what Superstock has to say. Whether or not Charles Schwab is filling out orders for warrants or whatever they're not doing or doing, none of that shit matters, man. When you come to this show with information about the stock, I'll pass on it. I care about the company. And once you understand the difference, then you'll know when that price is going to come up. October could mean nothing. Look at what you're saying to yourself right now. You're getting gassed up and you're gassing up the people who read it. And maybe they're saying, oh my goodness, look what could happen. Temper yourself. Have realistic expectations. You know what's my realistic expectation? Tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. It'll come, but it might not come for you. And it might not come for me. So let me live in the moment that I'm in. Getting hyped for the next day, guys? Nah. I've learned so much about this investment. I've learned so much about myself. All respect, all love. But that's why I'm doing it. It's you and the people who believe in you. Yeah. Not intended to be hyped. Yeah, I know, but look at the way you wrote it. Not intended. Maybe you don't know how I communicate. I take the gas out of it. But I will say this, and I say this with all the love. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? This is the craziest part. We got grown-ass men out here with Bieber fever. Yo, I swear to God. See, this is what I'm talking about FOMO on a stock, okay? Like, everybody's going to be cheerleading. Everybody's going to be, oh my God, GameStop, power packs, look at the revenue, look at GameStop, oh my God. They're going to be doing all this shit. Oh my God. Bitch, I've been a day one. I'm a day one. So when I see people cheering on Bieber, yo, Justin Bieber, bro, he's killing it. What he did at Coachella, oh, bro, I'm a day one. Right? I'm one less lonely girl. I'm that shit. Don't even get me started. Bieber fever. For grown-ass men out here, I'm pulling up to people in cars, bumping Justin. Finally. Thank God I've been doing this shit for 15 years on my own. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, we're good, bro. You guys see this company? You guys saw First Brands? It's weird, huh? You guys don't know about First Brands? You guys do? If you don't know the story, I'll run it back real quick. First Brands is a company that sells automotive equipment, Fram filters, all that bullshit. First Brands went ahead and took a loan out against their inventory. But they didn't just take one loan out. They took out 5, 6, 7 against the same inventory. It's a party at that point. Now it's a party. Now it's, hey, no one did the due diligence. No bank went out there and said, hey, we can't do this. Only one person knew about the discrepancy in their auditing. Only one person. Do you guys know who that was? That was their auditors. Their auditors jumped out and went and told Apollo, and Apollo got the short. This is what happened. I've already explained this before. It's documented. What you also ought to know, if First Brands had to do a 10Q and a 10K, and they hired BDO to do it. BDO is their auditor. Guys, BDO is the same auditor that SMCI, Supermicro Computers, hired as well, because Ernst & Young wouldn't give them a clean bill of health. They went and hired BDO. BDO doesn't do it, such an investigative look at it, and they let them in. They let them push out a report that's not true. It's fraudulent. It has errors. Did you see OpenAI? OpenAI has an issue when they're actually producing their reports as well. Their CFO acknowledged that this week. This is a complete downturn on what you see from what they call the semiconductor stocks. Let me tell you about semiconductor. Semiconductor is weighted the heaviest it's ever been weighted right now. You're looking at about 15% of this market is semiconductor. In addition to that, 40% of this market is built up by the top 10 stocks. We have an issue right now. We're so concentrated, so heavy, that when you see earnings come out today like it did, and I'm going to show it to you, we're going to watch the market. We're going to watch this market intently right now. So here is the chart. Now, when I go over here and I look at Mag 7, I told you guys before the numbers even got announced, and anyone can call me out on this. It's in the Discord. I can go pull it up right now. I said this in the Discord. Let's go to the Discord really quick, just so that we can get the timeline right. First, I showed you all of this. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta earnings today. And the way I saw it when I said that, did Wall Street price in these earnings today? I think so. And why did I say that? Anybody know why I said those words? I'm going to show you why I said that. Because this market, as you know it, runs in an upright position, up and to the right. It's as if they planted this idea that earnings are coming and now we drop. Now, I know it doesn't show it dropped here because the SPY does not track. But you're going to see something. I'm going to show it to you right there. This is the trend line that I've been following for this market. I proved it. I showed it go down. I said, well, here's where we're at because it's running the top. You're at the top of it. It has nowhere to go but down. Now, how does it go sky high 714 after the fact on the after hours? Let's go look at those companies. The first thing you want to do is you want to look what offsets itself. So we'll go to the 1 hour. Does this offset it? Not yet. NVIDIA offset. Look what NVIDIA did. They had no business, NVIDIA, after hours, going up. Nothing. What did they do? What did they announce? Nothing. Yet they moved. And guys, every dollar in NVIDIA that it goes up, it's 24 billion shares. It is $24 billion in market cap. The actual swing is massive. When you go and look at companies that are reporting earnings tonight, you're looking at companies going up and to the right for no news at all. Or is that to offset any potential losses you might see? We're up and to the right. Are we up and to the right? When you have a complete drop-off of $50 a share at $2.5 billion, $100 billion of market cap, you have to offset that loss by a gain somewhere else. Microsoft went down to come back up and break even. So what you're telling me, Marantz, what you're telling me is we're offsetting gains and losses on the SPY, on the top 500 companies, based off of the earnings that came out just after hours. Why would they move after hours if they're not reporting their earnings? Why would those companies trigger? What algorithm would get triggered to show you a run up when a company is going, why would you have to dive down a company today like you did on GameStop, which we're going to talk about that in detail too. I'm not worried about that one bit. But I can show you why Microsoft is down 100 billion. I'm so sorry, Facebook is down 100 billion. And yet everything else was offset for that same 100 billion. The whole market was offset. Microsoft broke even, Google went up, Amazon went up, Apple went up, Nvidia went up just to offset the losses. Feels like they turned on the algorithm a little too strong. A little too strong. But we'll see it very soon. Speaking of a little too strong, can I take this small pause for the cause to tell you that Klay Thompson cheating on Megan Thee Stallion is a great thing. First off, I don't even know who Megan Thee Stallion is if she's dating Klay Thompson. I hate this shit. All over the internet. Who's Klay Thompson? Who is he? He was nobody before Megan. Like, what are you talking about? $300 million Klay Thompson, the greatest shooter of all time. One of the greatest shooters of all time, right? I mean, we're talking about Klay Thompson. Bro. Pay that man his respect. Understand what he's worth. And a shout out to Klay for putting it on old girl. Is anyone else getting the lag? I have no lag on my end. No drop frames. It might just be you. Yeah, Splash Brothers. Thank you. You know, I was reading an article today. It said Michael Jackson is the world's highest paid entertainer. And so then I'm like thinking to myself, okay, we got Bieber Fever going. Michael Jackson's movie came out. Everyone, this guy's making $100 million a year and he's dead. His estate's making it, whatever. Why weren't people hating on Michael Jackson? Were people hating on Michael Jackson back in the day? Like, ooh, you like a guy. Like, that's how people are right now. If you like a dude. For any, whatever. I mean, were people talking shit to Paul McCartney? Yo, man, that Paul McCartney, bro, that Elvis, hell no, bro. You're gay. No. So why are people mad that I like Ryan Cohen so much? What's wrong with liking Ryan Cohen? He's the most manliest man on Wall Street. I love Ryan Cohen. All right. I'm reading the chat. I hear you. You know what people say? Ricky, I'm talking to Ricky B. Loco and Burton right there too. Congratulations, Burton. He got remarried 23 years with his wife, and they're a Team 51 family. I'll give you an example. They go on vacation. He's rocking the hoodie. He's rocking a Marantz Rantz hoodie. So I always got to give him credit for that. He's my boy. You know how people like, they say things like, I don't like you. I don't like the stock. I don't like Ryan. I don't like this. All of that is temporary. Feelings are temporary. There's an expiration date on feelings. The president is prime example of that. But when it comes to feelings towards an investment, I just want you to know this, guys. Here's what I'm trying to tell you, and I'm trying to give you guys some insight on it all. I just want to make sure I'm done talking on all these notes. I'm done talking on these notes. We're good. Before I say that, you guys familiar with a company called H&H? H&H Bagels? Got their big, popular, oh my God, because they were in a Seinfeld show. You know why Seinfeld was the number one show on TV? Anybody ever ask themselves why that? It's not funny. The show's not funny. Did you ever ask yourself why? I'll let you connect those dots. I'm going to stay on the other side of the aisle here. I'm going to say something to you. I lost train of thought on that one. When I had it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, this is good. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me save it. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't forget it. Okay. I wrote it down. So I don't forget it. I do it on my dry erase book because my desk is all glass, and whiteboard so I can write on it and then erase it later, whatever. But I want to tell you guys something. Marantz, you need a Marantz hat already. I actually have one on the website. Their whiskey. There's one here on YouTube, believe it or not. Oh no, don't let me leave. I got stuff. I'm gonna hit that last. It's a good GameStop thing. Let me show you guys something first before we do all that talk. This is gonna be in the Discord, what I posted today. A Gallup survey here found that 55% of Americans say their finances are worsening right now. So that had a lot to do with consumer confidence, where I showed you the consumer confidence at all-time low while the stock market's all-time high. It's complete bullshit. It's never been that detached before in history, meaning we're in a bubble. And the bubble's driven by corporate greed versus actual gains and promises. That's what you have. To give you an example, okay, Jamie Dimon gets candid about the national debt. There will be a bond crisis, and they will have to deal with it, the banks themselves. Additionally, Blue Owl advisors sued over allegedly inflating fund values, charging excessive fees. Now, we know this is a common thread happening right now between private credit, private equity, and the public themselves losing out. But to give you a very good optic on it is right here. The Milken Family Office alumni raised $4 billion to target private capital upheaval. Let me tell you what's happening. People are preparing for what's about to happen. The floodgates are about to open. Whatever event it ends up setting it off, if it's continuation of a military escalation, if it's just going to be Fed not raising rates one day and getting a re-rating on bonds, if America gets degraded and they come down in their credit rating, a lot of things have happened in the past before. If those same things happen again, it can cascade, it can snowball, it can be quick. But remember this. If you want to remember one thing and one thing only, remember this. GameStop is currently at $24.34 a share in the after hours. GameStop makes money. GameStop has money. But let's take away GameStop out of the equation. Let's take away the company out of the equation. Let's just talk about the stock for a minute. What if, not what if, when this happens? Yeah. GameStop's the most hated stock on the market. It's not loved. It's not liked. It's not promoted. It's not cheered upon. It's hated. H&H Bagels weren't the most famous bagels ever. It was nothing. They just happened to be in a commercial or in a TV show that had the most financial backing behind it. Seinfeld. I believe Kramer went on strike, and then he went and had a bagel there, and it was highlighted that way. There's going to be a day, there's going to be a time where a mega celebrity, a mega personality, someone at the top of the food chain is going to acknowledge that GameStop's the best investment in the world. Not just Dr. Michael Burry. It might be the height of it all. You might get the signals from across the board where everyone's paid to promote this stock. Everyone's paid to pump this stock, a la Tesla, a la Palantir, a la anything. Remember what I'm telling you. You're at the most hated stage of this investment. There's no positives to GameStop. There's no one praising it. There's no one saying it's a great thing. I mean, Michael Burry, sure, but he just got here. Physically. I'm telling you what's going to happen one day. One day the floodgates are going to open and the whole world's going to come looking for this stock. And they're going to pump it. They're going to promote it. They're going to run with it. One day. And I pray you're still here. We're going to position. We're going to do what Mike Milken's doing right now with his family office. We're going to do what everyone's doing with their money. What GameStop's doing with their cash, where they're like, hey, hold on, let me get ready for this. We're all getting ready for this. We have enough shares. You have enough shares. I have enough shares. Because we got one more than what we had yesterday. But the one day is going to come, guys, and it's going to happen. It's going to be promoted. You're going to see it. You're going to have your Seinfeld moment, H&H Bagels. You're going to have your moment, guys. You're going to get noticed. Life can change that fast. And when it does, and you get recognized, Be ready for the moment. I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. It is Spanish Wednesday, and I owe you 2 Spanish songs. I'll get at you, millionaires.